Without a doubt, football is one of the best paying careers. Players spend expensive vacations on yachts and in flashy cars, while others like Cristiano Ronaldo own a hotel chain as well as an underwear and clothing line. Isn't this just a man who's contemplating life after football? However, there are several cases in which players become broke despite earning exorbitant salaries while they played. But how is this possible? Well, let's get started. Number 10. Ronaldinho, £1.75 million. Due to his ability to score and set up goals, Ronaldinho could play the wing or centre position offensively. He played as a forward and a winger at various points in his career, but he primarily served as the attacking midfielder's traditional number 10. Being a very successful football player, Ronaldinho was not someone you would expect to go bankrupt. He won 2 Ballon d'Or awards and 2 FIFA World Player of the Year awards. Moreover, he played for esteemed teams like Barcelona and AC Milan. You would think he shouldn't be concerned about money as a result. But unfortunately, Ronaldinho is notorious for having an extravagant sense of style, which is largely to blame for his financial instability. Also, for building illegitimately in a protected Brazilian area, he was subject to a hefty fine. By 2018, the legendary Brazilian star was said to have had just £5 in his bank account and yet owed up to 1.75 million in debt. Number 9. John Arne, £3 million. As evidently seen, poor money management and bad investment choices were key factors that have led to bankruptcy for a lot of retired footballers. In contrast though, Risa's case is quite unique. According to reports, he was declared bankrupt while still a player for Liverpool and making about £50,000 a week. He was unable to pay a debt of £100,000 and was in a case involving a £3 million fraud in Norway. However, he did have a consistent income to keep him out of trouble because he was still playing when he filed for bankruptcy. He spent 7 years playing for Liverpool before moving on to AS Roma. Prior to his 2013 retirement from international service, he enjoyed a fruitful career that saw him win the Champions League with Liverpool and score 16 goals for Norway. Number 8. Keith Gillespie, £7 million. At the start of his career, Keith Gillespie played for Manchester United and seemed destined for greatness. He would then move to Newcastle though after failing at Old Trafford, and he found great success there. Other teams he played for include the likes of Wigan Athletic, Leicester City, Bradford City and Blackburn Rovers. But on October 1st, 2010, the Belfast High Court declared Gillespie bankrupt due to his gambling addiction. He managed to calculate the cost of this addiction at around £7 million. Number 7. Paul Merson, £7 million. Although Paul Merson started his career as a forward, he later found success as an attacking midfielder and a playmaker. He played for numerous teams, including Arsenal. He earned a really good living from his career, so his future financial stability was assured, or that's what we assumed. Unfortunately, due to gambling, drinking, and using drugs, he wasted all of his money, an incredible £7 million fortune. His battle with drug addiction and alcoholism led to the dissolution of his first marriage, and following a collision with a truck on the M40 close to Warwick, Merson was detained for drunk driving. In a recent interview, he spoke about the effect his gambling addiction has had on his life while still in a good place as a Sky Sports pundit. Number 6. Brad Friedel, £10 million. Brad Friedel was an American goalkeeper who played for the US men's national team from 1992 to 2005. He then joined Tottenham Hotspur in 2011 after playing for Aston Villa for 3 years and Blackburn Rovers for 8. Among Friedel's standout performances for Blackburn was his man-of-the-match effort against Tottenham Hotspur in the League Cup final at the beginning of 2002. His career suggests that he accumulated a sizable fortune, however, with time he went bankrupt, although he didn't lose it through gambling or through a divorce. At first, he had already established his football academy in 2007, but after the financial crisis of 2008, he found it difficult to maintain and secure corporate sponsorship, and it eventually had to close in 2011. Due to debts owed to the academy, Friedel filed for bankruptcy in January of that year. He ended up losing more than £10 million. Number 5. Lee Hendrie, £10 million. Lee Hendrie became a legend for Aston Villa, playing 11 seasons for them during his successful career. Like most football players, he should have made enough money to ensure his financial security. However, the High Court declared him bankrupt on January 27, 2012. This is despite making more than £30,000 per week when playing for Aston Villa. Alongside that, due to all the struggles, massive debts, property repossessions, and embarrassment, he attempted suicide, but thankfully it failed. The blame is all on his extravagant way of life combined combined with wrong real estate deals in which he lost about £10 million. At the time, he had a debt that amounted to around $200,000. He currently serves as a director for Footy Bugs and also serves as an ambassador for the mental health organization Young Minds. In recent years, he has also made a name for himself as a well-liked commentator and pundit on Sky Sports. Number 4. David James, £20 million. One of the most remarkable accomplishments by David James is his 4th place standing in terms of Premier League appearances. Before the famous Petr Cech surpassed him, he had 169 clean sheets in the Premier League. He had also participated in 572 high-caliber matches. From this, he had already earned a whopping £20 million over the course of his career, but it all came crashing down in 2005, the time he was officially declared bankrupt. His DJ gear, sports collectibles, and Vauxhall Astra van all had to be liquidated by the court after he was unable to pay his debts. However, he did oversee Kerala Blasters FC in the Indian Super League that year. Moreover, he also contributes to BT Sports football coverage. From a distance, it appears as though Mr. James is well standing again. Number 3. Diego Maradona, €37 million. Without a doubt, Diego Maradona is one of the biggest football legends of all time. If you still have any doubts, keep in mind that he and Pele were named FIFA's Players of the 20th Century. Not only that, but Maradona also broke the record for the highest transfer fee in history twice. However, there were numerous reports of his drug use in addition to his infamous Hand of God goal. The Italian government determined that Maradona owed €37 million in back taxes and penalties, forcing him to file for bankruptcy in 2009. Maradona accused the director of Napoli of failing to inform him of the deadlines, which led to his failure to pay his taxes. Number 2. Pele, multi-millions. Before ending his playing career in 1974, Pele spent 18 illustrious years with Brazilian side Santos. However, due to financial issues, Pele temporarily ended his playing career but returned in 1975 to play for the New York Cosmos of the North American Soccer League. Despite competing in numerous World Cups, traveling abroad, and receiving endorsement deals, Pele still somehow managed to fall into financial difficulty. Even though Pele played in an era where football was a much more cost-effective sport, money must have been pouring in before he signed with the New York Cosmos. In addition to his financial struggles at the end of his time with Santos, he demonstrated reckless financial behavior while serving as Brazil's Minister of Sport in the 1990s. He allegedly added gambling to football's revenue, which grew the amount of money laundering and corruption within the Brazilian Football Association. Given Pele's personality and behavior right now, I'm not surprised. Sadly, he lost millions, but it seems as though he's getting back on his feet financially. Number 1. George Best, multi-millions. I spent most of my money on women, alcohol, and fast cars. The remainder I threw away. There are many well-known quotations from George Best, but this one most accurately describes his life. Best started out brilliantly with Manchester United, but after 2 nightclubs in Manchester in the late 1960s, his career started to suffer. He battled an addiction to alcohol, women, and gambling, and he was never able to match his early United years in terms of success. He lost a lot of his fortune, although till today no one can really estimate how much he lost. His parting message on his deathbed was just to advise his friends not to die like him. This message was relayed by the News of the World, urging both football players and non-players to veer away from the path of destruction that most likely claimed Best's life on November 25th, 2005. So anyway, which among these footballers didn't deserve to lose their net worth, and who among them surprised you the most? Be sure to comment below and let us know. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you never miss an upload. Remember, this is where we discuss the famous, rich, and powerful. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.